Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm here today with Florentin, one of our ASO experts, and we're here to talk a bit more about competition, why it's important, and how you can select your competitors.
Hi everyone, hi Susan. I'm very glad to be here. I think it will be an exciting topic.
Great, so let's get started. Florentin, why do you think that competition is important and why should we keep an eye on it?
Yeah, I think ASO is moving fast, and your competitors' metadata updates can really have a huge impact on your own keywords visibility. So if they update their title, their subtitle, their creatives, you definitely have to track that, and you have to react to what they are doing, and even to be able to react before they're changing anything. So it's really worth tracking it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Nowadays, ASO is moving very fast. It's also very competitive, so you should definitely keep an eye on it. Florentin, but I have a question. How can you make yourself different from competitors?
Yeah, I think you have to know about the keywords on which you rank and your competitors don't. Of course, relevant keywords for your app. And actually that's nice because AppTweak provides a feature specifically to do that. So it will inform you about all you need to know about all these keywords that can bring you downloads because you'll be unique for those keywords. Also, I think you can even push it further if you want, for example, to embrace the blue ocean strategy. You can find even on Apple Store, on Google Play, a special unknown market space, untainted by competition. And for example, you can launch a new app and new games with keywords that are not yet targeted by competitors. So that's really useful to have a good knowledge of all the keywords and their specific rankings.
And also to find opportunities, right?
Absolutely, yeah. You have to be able to detect opportunities, whether a keyword will be competitive or, on the other hand, just for yourself.
Great. Yeah, Florentin, and how do you know which competitors to choose?
Yeah, I guess you already know about your competitors, or at least you think so, but you have to really make sure you will not forget one in your ASO process. So I would divide the competitors into three categories. First, you'll have the competitors, the apps that really have the same core business. They have the same activities as you. For example, you may have Uber and Lyft, or Uber Eats and Deliveroo. That's food delivery. It's really similar. Secondly, you will have apps that don't have the same core business. They don't have the same activities, but still they share similar features.
Okay.
For example, you may have Uber and Flixbus or GoEuro. It's also in the transport business. And finally, you want to add a third category, which are the apps that are not really related to your business. They are really different apps, but they compete on the same keywords. For example, you may have Uber and driving race games.
Okay.
It's not absolutely not the same business, but still it's
Very
important to monitor them. Exactly.
Great. And what do you think if we show some examples?
Yeah, sure. Let's do this.
Great. Let's jump into it.
Okay, now let's get more practical. You may wonder how to monitor those apps and what the process should be. Actually, you have to use an ASO tool, such as AppTweak, for example, and it will be really easy to do that. The two-step process is simply, first, you may add a lot of different apps, and second, you will filter those apps according to different metrics and relevant criteria. So let's take a real-life example with Headspace. You are on the page of the app, and you can add competitors simply by clicking here. Then you can search for competitors, or you can directly add suggested competitors. For example, Breathe, Aura, 10% Happier, or let's say Calm. That's the first way to do it. When you're done, you just click there. You can also search by keywords in the same window. Another way to do it is simply to do a live search. So as if you want to add an app. That's the search bar you can use there. You can, for example, type meditation. If you type meditation, you will see the live search widgets appear for Google Play, for iOS and also for the iPad. So for example, here you see that Headspace ranks first on that keywords, it's followed by Calm, and then you will have other apps, Instant Timer, Simple Habits. This will give you ideas. So there I would suggest to add those apps also in your pool. And finally, a third way to add apps is to use the market intelligence tool. So here, go there, and basically I will have a look at the category rankings, at the charts. So for Headspace, I will want to know, okay, who are the 10 first apps ranking in the health and fitness category. To do that, it's really simple. You can just create a new market. In this case, you will choose iPhone. Then I'm interested in the US, but it could be other countries, whatever you want. The category is health and fitness. And next, you just need, it's an amazing report. Oh. You confirm. And your report will appear in your dashboard. It's just here, the first one. You have a lot of different data to look at: download, stop, market share, seasonality. But in this case, what we're interested in is top charts. I click here, and you the top charts in the health and fitness category in the US for today. I click in the top 15, and here it is. We see that Calm is a really powerful app, an app power of 98. So the app power is an indicator that shows how powerful is the app, and it takes into account the ratings, the rankings, whatever the category you're in. So you have Calm, you have fitness apps, and Headspace actually ranks 10th. So in this, I'm not really interested in those fitness apps, but Reflectly, why not? Reflectly is not a direct competitor, it's not a meditation app, but still it's a journal actually, it's a journaling app. So maybe this app ranks on the same keywords like happiness or calm or this kind of mindfulness. So yeah, Reflectly, I will definitely choose it too and add it with the other competitors.
Well, that's great, but I assume there's a big risk that you include too many competitors. So how do we filter them?
Yeah, that's right. You don't want to end up with dozens of irrelevant competitors, but you don't want to forget a new incumbent you didn't hear about either. So you have to make a trade-off. And to focus your forces, your attention to the most relevant ones, then you have to filter them according to, for example, their app power, their category rankings, or their visibility on a certain keyword list. So these are the metrics you will use using AppTweak to really have a good view of your real competitor you should focus on.
That's nice. And could you show us how to filter?
Sure.
Perfect.
We added all the competitors we previously mentioned. We have to remove some of them. In order to do that, we'll use the analytics section on AppTweak and also the keyword section. In analytics, you'll be able to see the app power of all the apps and also their ranking history. The app power will give you an indicator of how powerful is the app, whatever its category. In this case, they are all from the same categories, but it might be different if we're talking about a game, for example. And so here you'll see like we have the three apps really above the other. We'll find Headspace, Calm, and Reflectly, but some other ones are not far behind. Like you can really have a look at each app one by one. For example, you'll see that Oak is not really powerful, it's quite below the other. About the ranking history, you can select all the apps you're interested in, and you will see how well the app ranks in the health and fitness categories and in the all categories if it does rank on that. And here you have a chart, and that's the same. You can really see how the apps fluctuate and is it really relevant to keep all of them. Once again, Oak, you see that it ranks between 200 and the 300 position, so that's not really a good ranking. That's it for analytics. Now let's move on to the keywords tab. In the keywords, you will want to see how an app ranks on a certain semantic dictionary. So you can use all the metrics AppTweak gives you, such as the volume, difference, difficulty, the monthly downloads, or directly see a visualization of the rankings of the keywords. So for example, you can use keywords monitoring. On the keyword monitoring tabs, the charts will provide you an indicator of how well your app and the other apps rank on all the lists you created. So let's take a look. Here we already created a list. It has 164 keywords in there, and we just added metadata keywords, relevant keywords. We have other webinars and articles to cover that topic. So on this list, this is the visibility score, and you can see that Headspace ranks quite well, and then you have all the other apps. So you can directly see that Reflectly performs poorly on that list. It can be explained because Reflectly is not a meditation app, so if you add a lot of words related to meditation, then of course Reflectly will not be as good as the others. On the other hand, it doesn't mean you really have to remove Reflectly. It depends on if you consider this app is still relevant to follow, to keep an eye on it or not. Oak has minus 52% on its visibility score, and it's not performing really well compared to the other meditation apps, so you might consider removing it. To have a bit more insights, you might want to know more about the downloads, for example, or really to have a cross comparison across countries, across stores, Google Play, for example, if you want to take that into account. So you can move on to the App Intelligence section. On the App Intelligence section, you can create a new report, add all the apps you're interested in, and directly see how they're doing. So here we already did this. We added all the apps we talked about in 2 countries, US and UK. And here you see there are some filters, Play Store, the App Store, or even both, if you want to have all the data for both stores at once. The downloads will show you that Calm is really the leader. It has almost 30,000 downloads per day in the US. No, across countries, sorry. So that's in the US and in the UK. But you can also have a detailed by country if you want. If you click here and in the United States, then you will have the downloads just for the US. So once again, you will see that there are a few apps really performing well, but mostly it will be Calm, Reflectly, and Headspace. Then Breathe and Insight Timer are quite good, and the other ones really perform, at least have much less downloads. So then that's your choice. You can choose to, do I want to really have a global vision of all my competitors and really keep track everything, or do you want to focus simply on the most important, the ones that will have the most downloads? It's up to you, but now at least you have the data to back you up, to prove your points, and AppTweak will just provide that easily. Finally, the category rank, that's the same principle. You'll be able to choose the countries you want to know about, the apps, and to have a cross view about the category rankings for each app. So here, for example, you can have the detail by country, United States, and you will see on the 14th of February, like Calm ranked first in that category. Then it was Headspace, then Reflectly, and so yeah, you'll see like 10% happier meditation app is only 399. So maybe you don't want to keep it at the end of the process. So that's it for today. It was how you can do a complete competitor selection from scratch. I hope you liked it, and I'll let Suzanne conclude.
So I think it's super interesting how you can select and identify who your competitors are by taking a look at the category rankings, suggested competitors, who are the top leaders in each country or category.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for that. We hope to have you soon. To everyone seeing this webinar, don't forget that we have different resources on our ASO blog that can also help you to identify your competition. See you next time.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.